Have you ever been sewing, then all of a sudden your sewing machine starts making a weird clicking sound and you're just like, what the heck is that? So you stop and you pull out your fabric and there's a bird's nest at the bottom of it and you're just like, what is going on? Why is this happening? Well, then this video is for you, because I didn't know why that was happening either, and I eventually figured it out, and the answer might actually surprise you. Alright, so let's go back to the beginning. So you're sewing a project, and then all of a sudden your sewing machine starts making this clicking sound, and you're like, okay, well, the thread on the bottom is what's getting messed up, so it must be the bobbin. So you stop and you pull out your fabric and there's a bird's nest at the bottom of it, and then you go and remove the bobbin cover plate and you start taking out the excess thread. Thinking, okay, the bobbin's the problem, I'm just gonna rethread it and everything's gonna be fine. And then the problem continues. Now what? Your next thought might be, okay, I guess I'll just rethread the whole machine and hope that works. You do, and it does end up working, but why is that? What was the problem that made it all of a sudden stop working? Here's where the answer might surprise you. Well, yes, the thread on the bottom of your fabric is what is getting messed up. It's actually not the bobbin's fault. It's the top thread that secures the bottom of the fabric, while the bottom thread is what secures the top of the fabric. I'll just show you what I mean with this example here. So the top thread in your sewing machine is pink, whereas the bottom thread in the bobbin is black. And if you notice while you're sewing, you'll see these tiny what look like holes in your thread of the opposite color. And this happens because the thread is going through your fabric and it's catching the other thread to secure it onto your material. Knowing this, we now know that it's not the bobbin's fault, it's actually the top thread's fault. Now we know we need to shift our focus to the top of the machine. Where exactly is the problem that we need to look out for? The number one culprit is this thing right over here called the take up lever. And if it isn't in the highest position when you thread your machine, then it can cause your machine to have a problem, and it will pull the thread out when trying to stitch. Now, disclaimer, there can be a million other reasons why your machine isn't working, but for me, this is the number one reason why my sewing machine stops working when I'm in the middle of a project. I hope this helps. If it does, please let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell to turn on all post notifications so you can stay up to date on all my sewing tutorials, as well as my many other sewing adventures. Make sure you check out my other social medias listed here to stay up to date on everything that I have going on.